Thank you very much for joining this beautiful morning. Hope and pray that every one of you must have a wonderful journey in the Nandgaon, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra at the Krishna Balram and Nanda Baba and Yashoda's temple. Those spiritual warriors who made our journey successful today was Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, Yamana Sundari Mataji, Aive Gautam, Sneha Mataji, Muli Manohar Prabhu, Shrikant Pankaj Gupta, Parameswari Devidasi, Girivardhari Prabhu, Shreya Devidasi, Rohini Nandan Prabhu, Amol and Smita, Sitala Priya Mataji, Sachinandan Krishna Prabhu, Kasturi Mandri Mataji, Sistastika Devidasi, Lila Mandri Mataji, Manmatha Anand Prabhu, Shundri Radha Mataji, Rama Panda, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu, Patit Pavan Prabhu, Parmanand Hari Prabhu, Nandan Priya Mataji, Sugandh Raj Prabhu, Aradhana Devidasi, Prafulanand Madhav Prabhu, Shripad Lalita Devidasi, Akshata, Nadia Kumar Prabhu, Hanuman Prabhu, Ravi Pipilia Prabhu, Shraman Panchal Prabhu, Govinda Gita Mataji, Rupa Vilas Prabhu, Nitya Navle Devidasi, Abhay Prabhu, Sarvatarak Prabhu. He joined earlier, before 2 o'clock. Haribol. Amal Atmanam Prabhu, Rohit Mishra Prabhu, Saraswati Devidasi, Tulsi Priya Devidasi, Jai Govinda Prabhu, Rajendra Prabhuji, Sumitra Radha Mataji, Devendra Krishna Prabhu, Devyansan Saloni, Pandurang Devdas Prabhu, Damodar Mataji, Tapti Ghosh Mataji, Vraj Vinod Prabhu, Anand Vinodini Devidasi, Priyanka Mataji, Pratmesh Prabhu, Riya Saroha, Kalpataru Mataji, Kishore Krishna Prabhu, Priya Kishori Devidasi, Raman Krishna Prabhu, Leela Mangala Devidasi, Radha Seva Devidasi, Mulli Mohan Prabhu, Sakti Mata Devidasi, Sarva Sakti Devidasi, Sri Kumar, Shrikant Survasi, Srinivas, now Srinivas Charan Prabhu is vacation. Now Namanan Prabhu, Prem Vinodini Mataji. I didn't see Veena Mataji today. Vijay Keshav Prabhu, Bhadra Bharti Mataji, Rico Eli, Madhvi Kopi Mataji, Uttam Bhakta Prabhu, Vallabhe Mataji, Kanta Mataji. I didn't see Vani Prabhu today. Haribol. Shankari Kaur Devidasi, Krita Lakshan Prabhu, Matangi Gopi Mataji, Balaji Prabhu, Madan Mohan Kandu Prabhu, Amit and Prem Priya Padma Mataji, Manoj Kapoor Prabhu, Radha Charan Prabhu, Abhay Charan Prabhu, Shukruti Devidasi, Sudhir Krishna Prabhu, Shakhi Saran Devidasi, Sarmista Sahi, Rashakeda Prabhu, Anand Radhika Mataji, Advait Prabhu, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, Harikatha Devidasi, Jai Satchinandan Prabhu, Hemangini Chauhan Mataji, Rati Prabhu, Radha Vallabh Prabhu, Suchitra Devidasi. I didn't see Rashmi Mataji today. Haribol. Sisa Kapoor Mataji, Lekha Mataji, Thaneswar Prabhu, Arvind and Priyanka, Rati Vilas Devidasi, Nama Priya Devidasi, Anand Leela Devidasi. I didn't see Pratibha Mataji today. Gadadhar Chandra Prabhu, Raghava Perumal Prabhu, and earlier Banoi Kumar Prabhu joined for some time early morning. So if I have missed somebody's names, please forgive me. Let's hear the Damodar Ashtakam reading the Madhuri Kadambini.
त्रिक्स्वालीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् अख्यापयन्तम् इति त्रिक्स्वालीलाभिरानन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषं निमज्जन्तम् अख्यापयन्तम् तदीयशीताग्नेषु भक्तैर्जितात्वं पुनः प्रेमात्तस्तं शतावृत्तिवन्दे तदीयशीताग्नेषु भक्तैर्जितात्वं पुनः प्रेमात्तस्तं शतावृत्तिवन्दे परां देवमोक्षां न मोक्षां गतिं वा न चान्यं मृणेऽहं वरिषदपीह इदं ते वपूर्णाता गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्य विरष्टं किमन्ये इदं ते वपूर्णाता गोपालबालं सदा मे मनस्य विरष्टं किमन्ये हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे इदं ते मुखाम्बोजमत्यन्तनीलैर्वृतं कुण्डलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या इदं ते मुखाम्बोजमत्यन्तनीलैर्वृतं कुण्डलैः स्निग्धरक्तैश्च गोप्या मुहुश्चुम्बितां बिम्बरक्तधरां मे मनस्य विरास्तं मालं लक्षलाभे मुहुश्चुम्बितां बिम्बरक्तधरां मे मनस्य विरास्तं मालं लक्षलाभे नमो देव दामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाब्धिमग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं वतनु दुहाने क्षमामज्ञं निराक्षिदृश्या कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यातिदिनं वतनु दुहाने क्षमामज्ञं निराक्षिदृश्या हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कुबेरत्मजोऽवधमूर्त्यैव यद्वत् त्वया मुचितो ग्रहो में स्थित दामोदरे तथा प्रेमा भक्तिं स्वकाम्य प्रयच्छ मोक्षे ग्रहो में स्थित दामोदरे नमस्ते स्तुतं मे स्फुरदीप्तिदं मे त्वदीयोद्धरयत् विश्वस्य दं मे नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् नमो राधिकायै त्वदीयप्रियायै नमोऽनन्तलीलाय देवाय तुभ्यम् हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम हरे राम 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 हरे
Thank you very much, Ishwar Krishna Prabhu, for playing a wonderful Damodar Ashtakam. It's only now one more day, tomorrow, for the Kartik month to end, auspicious month. So we are reading the Madhurya Kadambini. What happened? Oh. Somehow or other it didn't. Save it. Yeah. So we were reading the day. There are hundreds of scriptural statements such as Svecha Vatara Charita, Svecha Mas Mayasya, by which it is understood that the Lord appeared by his own will. Still, by external vision, one may say relieving the burden of evil on the earth planet is the cause of Lord's advent. In the same way, sometimes it is said prescribed activities, karma, performed without personal motives, niskam, act as the door to bhakti. And there is no harm in such statement, but it is said in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Yamana Yogena Sankhena Dhanavrata Tapo Dhruvare Vyakhya Swadhyaya Sannyasai Prapanu Yadyan Navan Api. Even though one engaged with great endeavor in the mystic yoga system, philosophical speculation, charity, vow, penance, etc., still one cannot achieve me. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:12:9. Despite charity, austerity, etc., being clearly denied as actual cause of bhakti. In another place, Srimad Bhagavatam said, Dana vrata tapo homa japo swadhyaya samyavai shreyo bhir vividhas chanyai Krishna bhaktir hi sadhyate. Devotion to Krishna is accomplished by such method as charity, austerities, home, japa, study, sense control, and other pious activity. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:47-24. However, these statements refer to bhakti in the mode of material goodness, sattviki bhakti, which act as a limb of the system of jnana rather than the transcendental, fully spiritual bhakti in the category of prema, nirguna prema bhakti. Of course, some people say charity refers to giving to Vishnu and the Vaishnavas. Vrat or austerity refer to such vrat as Ekadasi. Tapas refer to renunciation of personal enjoyment for attainment of the God. Thus, they are all angs or limbs of sadhana bhakti. To say bhakti is attained by these angas is not incorrect. For this simply means sadhya, perfected bhakti, is caused by sadhana bhakti. Bhakti sanjay sajjataya bhaktya, Srimad Bhagavatam 11:331. Thus, the causeless nature of bhakti is again concluded. In this way, all contradictory points are settled. Shreya Shrutim Bhaktim Udasyate Vibho. My dear Lord, devotional service unto you is the unrebelled path for self-realization. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:14-4. Ko avrata apto bhajatam swa dharmataha. The non-devotee, although fully engaged in dharma, does not gain anything. Srimad Bhagavatam 1:5-17. Pureha bhuman bhavo api yoginas. In the past, many yogis achieved the platform of devotional service by offering their endeavors to you in devotion. 10:14-5. By these verses, it is saying that the accomplishment of a result on the path of jnana, karma, and yoga are completely dependent on bhakti. Whereas for the accomplishment of its results, prema, the practice of bhakti, is never dependent, even in the slightest way, on karma, jnana, or yoga. Rather, the Lord declares, Na jnananam na cha vairagyam prayahashayo bhavid iha. Jnana and vairagya are not beneficial in the practice of bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:20-31. Dharmam satyajya yasharvam mam bhajate satu sattva satamaha. He who gives up all paths and simply worship me is the best among the men. 11:11-32. The dependency of karma, jnana, and yoga on bhakti must be accepted as a fact. Bhakti is essential in giving the result to the practice of karma, jnana, and yoga. But bhakti itself is not at all even the least contingent on these practices for its result. It is said, Yat karmabhir yat tapasa jnana vairagya sat cha yat sarvam mad bhakti yogena mad bhakto labhate anjasa. What is accomplished by karma, tapas, jnana, and vairagya is easily attained by my devotee through devotional service alone. 11:20-32-33. Also it is says, Bhagavata bhakti hinasya yajjati shastram japas tapa apranasya dehasya manhananam lokaranjanam. Without devotion to the Lord, good birth, knowledge of scripture, japa, tapas are like delighting in the decoration of a dead body. Hari Bhakti Sudhaya 3:12. Thus, without bhakti, all this endeavor become fruitless. As the body depends on the presence of the soul, the very life of Gyan, Karma and Yoga depends upon supremely exalted Bhakti Devi. Moreover, the dependence of Karma, Jnana and Yoga on conditions of purity in place, time, candidate, materials and performance is famous in the Smriti scriptures. This is not true of Bhakti. न देशे नियमस्तत्र न कले नियमस्तथा नो चिस्तादु निषेधश्च श्री हरेर namni lubdhay kaha. In chanting the name of Lord, there is no restriction concerning place, time, purity, and so on. Vishnu Dharma. In fact, it is famous for being completely independent. Sakrut api parigitam shraddhaya helayava bhrugavara naramatram tarayet Krishna nam. O Bhriguva, the name of Krishna, chanted even once, either with faith or without faith, can deliver any man. Padma Purana, Prabhaskan. Bhakti is not even dependent on purity of practice, for whether the name is chanted purely or impurely, it will deliver the fallen soul. The same cannot be said of Karma Yoga, where even the slightest impurity is a great obstacle to progress. Mantrohina swarato varnato va mithya prayukto natam artham aha yathendra shatru swarato paradha savag varjo yajamanan hinaste. If a mantra is either intoned or pronounced incorrectly, not only will the mantra not have effect, but it may be harmful. As when Twasta wanted to create the enemy of Indra, and by a slight mispronunciation of the words Indrash, Satru, in the Yagna, those words work as the thunderbolt for Vitrasura, who was killed by Indra. The necessity of internal purity for the practice of Jnana Yoga is well known. Also, it may be seen that Jnana Yoga is dependent on Karma Yoga. For one entered Jnana Yoga by attaining purity of heart, and purity of heart arises from performance of karma without personal desire. Because of this dependency, if by accident one who practices Jnana Yoga commits even a small unworthy act, durachar, he is condemned by Shastra as a vantasi, an eater of vomit. Savai vantasya patrapaha. Seen in this light, Kamsa, Hiranyakasipu, and Ravana, though they were Gnanis, have not even a speck of fame on this account because of their conduct. On the other hand, the path of bhakti, though one may be afflicted by lust, one has the qualification, adhikar, to begin the practice. Just by the practice of bhakti, lust and other impurities are destroyed. Vrukrityatam braja vadubhir idam cha Vishnu shraddhanavito nushruyat atha varnayat ya bhaktim param bhagavati pratilabhya kaman Rud rogam ashwapa hinoti achirena dira. Anyone who faithfully hears or chants about the Lord's playful affairs with the young gopis of Vrindavan, having attained the Lord's pure devotional service, he will quickly become sober and conquer lust, the disease of the heart. Srimad Bhagavatam 10:33-39. By the tense of the verb pratilabhya, having attained in this verse, it is very clear bhakti first manifests in the stage where there are still lusty desires in the heart, and then after her manifestation, lusty desires are wiped out. This is due to the fact that bhakti is supremely independent, param swatantra. Furthermore, though such impurities as kam may sometimes appear in the devotee, the scriptures never condemn the devotee at all. Api chesu duracharo bhajate mam. Even if a person engaged in devotional service commits the most abominable act, shu durachar, he is still considered saintly. Bhagavad Gita 9:30. Badhya mano api mad bhakto visayer ajitendriya prayaha pragalbhaya bhaktya visayer nabhi bhuyate. My dear Uddhava, not having fully conquered his senses, my devotee may be harassed by material desire. But because of unflinching devotion for me, he will not be defeated by sense gratification. 11, 14, 18. The servant of Vishnu judged Ajamil as a devotee. Though the chanting of persons like Ajamil, who uttered the name of the Lord inadvertently out of affection for his son, must be considered namabhas, not pure. Still, they are universally praised as devotees. Internal purity and purity of place, material, etc., are necessary for the accomplishment of the karmis, jnanis, and yogis, and their deficiency obstructs progress on those paths. Bhakti, however, is the very giver of life to these paths. Thus, it is seen that in all respect, the path of karma, jnana, and yoga are dependent on bhakti. Bhakti, however, is independent. It neither requires any other means for its executions, nor it is obstructed by any lack or fault. Only an ignorant person will say bhakti is but a means of attaining jnana. For Shastra emphatically declares the supreme excellence of bhakti over even the final goal of jnana or moksha. Muktim dadati karhichit shmana bhakti yogam. The Lord easily gives liberation, but not bhakti. Srimad Bhagavatam 5:6-18. Muktanam api siddhanam narayana parayanaha shudurabha prashanatma kutitsu api mahamune. Even among many millions of liberated jnanis and perfected yogis, a devotee of Lord Narayan is extremely rare. Srimad Bhagavatam 6:14-5. If jnana sometimes appear to take a superior position to bhakti, it is only because bhakti is mercifully playing the role of its assistance. Upendra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, becomes subservient to Indra to give him support. Exalted, realized soul have confirmed that these reveal not his inferior positions, but rather his unsurpassed mercy. In this matter, bhakti, though transcendental and supremely independent, being very merciful, accept the mode of goodness, Satviki Bhakti, and becomes a limb of Gyan just to give support to Gyan. This is the understanding of the wise man. Bhakta Sanjatye Bhakta 11.331. The fruit of sadhana bhakti is prema bhakti, which itself is the topmost attainment for mankind. Purushartha Shiromani. Thus the all-pervading, all-attractive, life-giving, super-excellent, supremely independent, and self-manifesting nature of the exalted energy, Bhakti Devi, which arises from the Lord Himself, has been slightly described. If one still prefers a process other than bhakti, that person should be considered bereft of all sense of judgment. What else can be said? If one is a human being but does not take to the process of bhakti, then he should not be considered as a human being at all. Kovai na sevate vina nare taram. Only a non-human would refuse to serve the Lord. Thus, and the first shower of nectar of Madhurya Kadambini by Mahamoho Padhyaya Srimad Vishwanath Chakravarti, describing the super excellence of Bhakti Devi. So now we will go to the second chapter, the second shower of nectar. In this work, one will not find a full dissertations on dualism and monism, but for those who expect it, they may find it in another work called Aishwarya Kadambini. Pure bhakti, unmixed with karma and jnana, is like a wish-fulfilling creeper appearing in the field of senses. This bhakti is the refuge of those devotees who firmly vow Dhira never to seek any fruits except bhakti, like bees, Madhuvrat, who are obsessed with the desire to taste only nectar. The very life of this creeper is a favorable attitude for service for the pleasure of the Lord, like a touchstone. The very presence of bhakti makes the heart and sense gradually lose their iron-like material qualities and acquire pure golden spiritual qualities. And as a sprouting creeper grows upward and unfolds two leaves, in the process of sadhana bhakti, two qualities make their appearance. The first is called klesagni, relief from material distress, and the second is called subdha, beginning of all auspiciousness. The smooth upper Sripad Chakravarti uses the word inside and outside. Newly sprouted leaves pointing upward. Their upper surfaces are facing each other and thus inside, etc. Surface of the two leaves is the jurisdictions of the king called Raga, Raga Bhakti. It is in a superior position due to spontaneous greed for everything pertaining to the Lord, and by genuine affections for the Lord in a particular relationship. Yevam aham priya atma sutascha. I am their own dear son, Srimad Bhagavatam 3:25-38. The lower surface of the leaves is the domain of another king called Vaidhi Bhakti, being in a comparatively lower position. This is because its character has a tinge of roughness being generated from the obedience to the scriptural rules, and spontaneous deep affection for the Lord is lacking due to absence of an intimate relationship with Krishna. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma. O Pariksit, thus as the super soul, I should be worshipped. Srimad Bhagavatam 2:15. However, both Rag and Vaidhi Bhakti equally manifest the symptoms of Kleshagni, relief from material desire, and Subhita, beginning of all auspiciousness. So these two things we should pursue when we start our devotional service. That slowly and slowly our suffering should get diminished, and we should see some good fortune, auspiciousness comes in our life. These are the primary beginning result of the bhakti. As both Rag Bhakti and Vaidhi Bhakti destroy klesha, its 5 types will now be described. The literal meaning is suffering or afflictions, but here the meaning may be taken as a cause of suffering. So these kleshas are the cause of sinful and pious activities, which result in material misfortune or good fortune. Vidya, ignorance, to mistake that which is impermanent to be permanent, that which is full of misery to be blissful, that which is impure to be pure, and what is not the self to be the self. Ashmita, false ego, the bodily identification of I and mine, and to accept only direct sense perception as real. Raga, attachment, the desire for material happiness and those means which will give it. Dvesa, hatred, the repulsion to unhappiness or the cause of unhappiness. Abhinivesh, absorption in the body as the basis for sense gratification and fear of death. The stages in the development of sin prarabdha, fructified, aprarabdha, a unfructified, rudha, pre-seed, and bija, seed, are also included in klesha. As both types of bhakti eradicate klesha similarly, they bestow shubha, a auspiciousness. Shubha or auspiciousness consists of such qualities as disinterest in material affairs, interest in the Supreme Lord, favorable attitude toward the service of the Lord, mercy, forgiveness, truthfulness, simplicity, equanimity, fortitude, gravity, respectfulness, humility, and being pleasing to all. That bhakti bestows this quality is proven by such words as the following. Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvei gunais tatra samasate sura harev abhaktasya kuto mahad guna manorathane shati davato bahi. All the demigods and all their exalted qualities manifest in the person of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, for one who is not a devotee and thus driven by the temporary material desire of his mankind, how can there be any good qualities in him? Srimad Bhagavatam 5:18-12. Bhakti pareshwanubhavo viraptir. Devotion, taste for the Lord, and detachment from all else appear simultaneously. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:2-42. By this, one should understand that the two symptoms, that is, destructions of suffering and appearance of all good qualities, occur simultaneously. However, as there is some difference in the rate of unfurling of two leaves, there is distinction in the pace of the disappearance of the undesirable qualities and the appearance of the auspicious qualities. So the progress of bhakti will be distinguished in this way. Though this is a very subtle and different to note, the intelligent man have ascertained this through scrutiny of the various effects. First, the prospective devotee develops Shraddha or faith. Shraddha means to have firm trust in the import of the scripture dealing with the bhakti. And it also means to have genuine desire to enthusiastically undertake the activities sadhana described in those scriptures. These two types of faith may be either natural, swabhaviki, or being convinced by the preaching of another, balutpadita. I think we should stop here because it's already 7 o'clock. Normally we go up to 7:45 on Saturday, but due to the session that we have in the temple uh, by His Holiness Ramapat Swami Maharaj, wonderful book, Light of Bhagavad. I think we need to stop, and whoever live close to the temple, they can come to the temple, and if somebody is living far from the temple and they still want to relish this wonderful book, they can join. And I think they are posting also on the YouTube, or you can go on the ISKCON on the Mayapur TV and just click on the Houston Live, and you will be able to see that also. So with those thoughts, always remain happy, jubilant, and totally fearless. And whoever you come across, give them a kind word that their life can also become successful. With those thoughts, I would like to offer my humble obeisances at the desk of the wonderful devotees who take so many austerities to come and join and give their kind support to all of us. From Aurora, Illinois, Carltondale, India, New York, New Jersey, Virginia, Boston, Boise, Atlanta, Tempe, Phoenix, College Station, Austin, San Jose, Dallas, Detroit, Chicago, Naperville, Philadelphia, Charlotte, Baltimore, Baton Rouge, Portland, Dhaka, Orlando, Jacksonville, Ohio, St. Louis, and New Delhi. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhabhaya patitanam pavanebhyo vaisnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you very much, and looking forward to see you all if Krishna so desire on Monday. We do not have the Zoom call on Sunday, and tomorrow I will be traveling to Baton Rouge up to Thursday. And then also, I think Ramapat Swami Maharaj requested me to be a peacemaker, to go to Austin Yatra and help those Yatra to bring the harmony between the two temples that ISKCON has in Austin. So that task has been given to me by His Holiness Ramapat Swami Maharaj. So I beg that everybody can give their blessings. So something we can do to bring the unity in the moment and give up those misgivings and false conceptions and feel separatism. That's not Prabhupada's desire. One time Tamal Krishna Maharaj at the end of the life of Srila Prabhupada, just to make Prabhupada happy, Tamal Krishna Maharaj says to Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, all your disciples love you so much. And what was Prabhupada's response? Prabhupada says that the devotees' love for me will be seen in my absence, how they cooperate with each other. So if we love Srila Prabhupada, then we have to fulfill his desire. That's what he's shown to us. So let's see. That I think once I come back on Thursday, then maybe I'll go next weekend to Austin. Spend 2-3 days there and try to see we can reconcile the relationship, loving relationship among the devotees, which is very, very essential